Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is for you. Welcome back to another Division 2 video. My name is Prime and today I'm gonna show you how to quickly boost yourself through the whole reward track and of course get those keys for the new Nexus event. That little cyberpunky Matrix style apparel event that's going live right now. It is a lot of fun to play. And I'm gonna show you how I do it and what my favorite spots to do it are, as this is mainly for all new and returning players, as I saw a lot of new faces and a lot of old faces coming back. When the incursion came back to Division 2, a lot of people are jumping back to the game. So this is something how to quickly get insane amount of XP. So without further ado, let's dive right in and let me talk about what I'm doing. Going over my build first, and especially in this global event, hunting those headshots. This build right here is the best you can run with. It will give you a lot of stars, as a lot of the challenges that you need to do within the global event will be doing headshots or something like that, and this build will help you out. The most beautiful thing about this is it's very easy to get together, as this backpack that I'm wearing right now, the Ouroboros with headshot damage, critical hit damage, vigilance on there, is for sale in the vendors in New York. Second vendor, go to Roy. And another beautiful thing is the White Death. Yes, this is the gun that we're using on this build. Hotshot build, White Death with Determined. This White Death you can pick up at the clan vendor right now. It already has damage to target out of cover on there, so you can roll that talent away for Determined. The only thing that you have to look for are 4 pieces of Hotshot, roll everything to headshot damage, and then of course go for the perfect version of Headhunter, and most of us have that already. It's a named chest. If you don't have that, farm for Walker and Harris. Best way hands down to farm gear is the loot pinata of the game, and that is Countdown. So now that we know my build, this is what I run around with. If you want a little bit more breakdown of the build, I will link it on the screen right now. So let's dive in what I do in the game to get insane amounts of XP, and you could even say giving yourself a double XP event every single time you do this. So what do we do? First of all, if you open up your map, make sure to put your map at the highest difficulty that you can handle. Because I am playing on Heroic with multiple directives on, that doesn't mean that you need to do that as well. This is always something that people stumble over. For example, if you normally play on hard or on challenging, it doesn't mean that it will be better for you to put it on Heroic and then put some directives on there. Always put your own difficulty first and then try to put directives on that, because it's all about efficiency. If you keep dying, or if you take a long time to take out all these enemies on a higher difficulty, lower your difficulty. So what are we doing? First, we're gonna change our global difficulty. Like I just explained, if you play on hard, keep it on hard. If you play on challenging, keep it on challenging. But if you think that you can handle Heroic, please put it on Heroic, because the higher you go into the world tiers, the more XP you will get. Then next to that, if you chose to go for your global difficulty, we're going for our directives. And for this build, and especially with this event, you can almost go for every single directive. You could even go for every single directive. But with Pistolero, you will start with no ammo, and hostiles killed with the sidearm are the only ammo resources. And I kinda don't really want to do that. So I chose to go for every other directive. Cool skills, when one skill is activated, the other is put on cooldown. Fog of War, minimap and directional threats indicators are removed. No regen, armor never regenerates after an encounter, it can be manually healed. And then special ammo. Enemy bullets may be of a special type. What type depends on the enemy faction. And these are all the directives I put on to get a little bit more, or a little bit, as you can see, 100% extra XP values. And that's why we can just run through this global event. We can run through the Nexus apparel event, because every 4 SHD levels you will get 1 key. So you need to get from 0 to 29, you need to get around 116 levels to make sure that you get that Nexus event done. If you do it like this, you can do it so incredibly fast. And of course, hunting down those exotics on the seasonal reward track will help you out a lot. So now we know where to put our directives and our difficulty at. We know what build we're using, where are we going. So what you want to look out for are 2 different things in the open world, or 2 different activities in the open world. And the best you can go for are public executions and go for propaganda broadcasts. Why? Because this gives you a lot of XP and are done in like 15 seconds, 20 seconds, especially with this one-shot build. You can tap everybody down. You can get an SHD level within 30 seconds to a minute. It depends on how fast you do it. And now that we know what we're hunting for, you can of course get all the other activities as well, but these are the fastest. So if you find a group of these activities next to each other, travel to that, run the circles through it, and you will have a lot of XP for whatever you're hunting for. And the beautiful thing is, I showed you on the West Potomac Park, and this is the place that I like to farm. I like to start at Tidal Basin. I just travel to Tidal Basin and I will just make these rounds. I will start with this public execution, I will go to this territory control, I will go to this territory control, then the propaganda broadcast, I will run to this elite territory control, and then I run to the public execution. Do not take over this control point. You still can take over this control point, but it will take a lot longer before all these will come back if you reset your map or reset all your control points. So I always like to keep this control point, the Washington Monument, just in enemy hands. And why do I do that? Because if this is in enemy hands, all the activities will spawn back. If this takes a little bit too long for you, you can always travel back to the White House, travel back to Tidal Basin, and then there is a big chance that every single activity popped back for you, or they will pop back every single second or so. This is hands down the best way to get your XP. It is very easy with the combination of this global event and this hotshot build. Go for it, dive on there, and thank me later. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much it how I run my XP farm, and this is just hands down the easiest and the quickest way to do it. If you're still here, you are a freaking legend. Thank you very much for sticking until the end. If you like the video, like the video. If it helped you out in any way or form, like the video. If you're new here, if you want to be updated about the Division Universe, the Division 2, and the future Division 3, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. PurePrime out!